Sarah Morgan. Thank you for coming to listen to my speech today. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to hear a little bit of something that's very important to me. I wanted to talk to y'all today about high school dropouts. I really think that the age for high school dropouts should be moved to age 18 if possible. I think that if an 18-year-old has to stay in school or go to jail or some form of baby jail, that they would stay in school just so they didn't have to go there. If they stayed till 18, they could have their license, they would have their diploma, they could get a decent job when they got out, go to college if they wanted to, but they would at least have the opportunities. I do believe that having the kids be able to say, I'm dropping out of school at 16, it's a little harder to get them to finish their education, to get them to go to an alternative school, to get them to get their GED. They already lose their license. I think it'd be better, more beneficial for them if they were made to stay in school till they're 18. There are some backlashes to that. Parents would be responsible for the children. If they are truant and do not go to class, parents would be held responsible for that, which I think there could be a way to possibly send the kids to places like High Rise or boot camp or Job Corps if they didn't want to attend school on a regular basis. That would be one way to do it. I have looked into some of the alternatives that are offered to children who want to drop out. There is online classes in school, so they'll still be on the premises, but they are allowed to take classes on the computer. There is also options of, you can do homeschooling, which is very costly. It's upwards of $3,000 a year. There may be cheaper ways or get some kind of financial aid for it, but I haven't found it yet. You can go to a community college and attend school that way. You do have to wait, however, once you leave high school 6 months before you can get your transcript. So that's 6 months you're kind of in limbo before you figure out where you're going to go. They do have opportunities at community college where you can go to school there if you don't want to be in a regular high school environment, but you're still going to be in a school environment. There are still rules they're going to have to follow. And they also provide classes online, but from my experience, going to online classes is a lot harder than doing just regular in-school classes, traditional classrooms. But it is an opportunity, and it is an alternative for them to finish school. The statistics are, in the early 90s, the high school dropout rate was 12% for children, and now it's around 7%. Now that varies, men and women, rich or poor, black, white, Mexican, Hispanic. It does vary significantly between those areas, but still, it has been lowered, so I will give them that. The schools have worked on that one. And there are alternative schools, the magnet schools, the what do you call a middle college, where you can be in high school but you go to take GTCC classes on the side as well, and you can now graduate high school with your associate's degree. So that's also something good that they have worked on. But I still do believe that if the age was raised to 18 and children had to attend school to the age of 18, most of them will have graduated before they turned 18, or the ones that have not will be seniors with maybe 6 months to go before they turn 18, so I don't see them quitting just for 6 months. I think it might force children to actually stay and get their education, which will better their lives in the end. They might not understand it, but you know, they raised the drinking age from 18 to 21. They've done certain things where you cannot get into clubs unless you're 21. So why not raise something that's beneficial as going to school? You know, keeping kids in school from 16 to 18, it's 2 more years. Those 2 years can make a big difference in a child's life. I do appreciate you taking the time to listen to me. I chose this topic because I have a 16-year-old that has recently dropped out of high school, and when she came to me and said she would like to quit school, you know, aside from pulling my hair out and screaming and saying, "You're ruining your life, you're following in my footsteps," I did some research to see, you know, what is exactly going on, what alternatives do I have, what choices can I have, and, you know, I fought real hard to get my baby into a community college, adult high school program, and online classes. It took letters to North Carolina Board of Education before they would finally release her transcripts after 2 weeks to get her into school, so she wouldn't have a 6-month wait in limbo and do nothing but twiddle her thumbs for 6 months while she waited to get into school. What eventually ended up happening there was she still did not complete the 12 hours necessary. So she's then been kicked out of that school, so she's back to square one. So all my fighting got me nowhere. If she would have been made to stay in school till she was 18, at least then I would have had an opportunity for her to have graduated, to have gotten a good education, to have some knowledge behind her and start in the workforce. Now my baby is 16 on her own with nothing to back her up. So I believe the age should be made at 18. Thank you.